Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to episode 30 of my show Wrestling with Brent. I'm just going to be going over the results of AEW last night and of MLW Fusion. Um, yeah, uh, the Ring of Honor just did like a 2020 best of 2020 summary episode. So, well, they showed match for 2020, so I'm not going to be reviewing that. Um, yes, but I'm also going to be reviewing the big New Japan Pro Wrestling show that was started the night after Wrestle Kingdom ended, called New Year's Dash. So I'm gonna do that too. Uh, all right, so here we go. I want to say before I start the review, I watched NXT last night. It was okay. It wasn't horrible. Just nothing to really talk about. Nothing big, nothing great. One thing that was kind of, I guess, notable, if you kind of care, two of the guys from the Rascals are now in NXT. The Rascals was a team in TNA, a stable in TNA. Was kind of popular. I was never really a fan much, um, but I thought they looked pretty good last night in NXT. Uh, NXT, of course, started the return of the Dusty Tag Team Classic. Uh, the members of the Rascals that are in NXT now is MSK that debuted last night with Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz, formerly of the Rascals in Impact. Uh, they had new names, of course. Vince likes changing everybody's names. Uh, they was Xavier was going by Wesley, and Wentz went by Nash Carter. Uh, yes, I mean they did pretty good. They went up against Jack Austin and Swerve Scott. It was a pretty good match. They looked good. I was never really a big Rascals fan, but whatever. I just thought I'd mention it. Uh, like I said, NXT was nothing special. Raw Monday night again was garbage. Stupid. Um, yep. All right. So here we go. Let's get into the AEW review. So here we go. This was night two of the um, New Year's Bash. New Year's Bash 2. All right, so starting off, we had Eddie Kingston versus Pac was the opening match. Pac. It was a good match. I liked it. Eddie Kingston done good. Pac looked good. It was a good match. Very back and forth. Um, Eddie Kingston got some shots in, but Pac really got a hold of him and really took it to him. They was very aggressive in your face. Um, some knee strikes and spider suplexes on the floor. Uh, Pac created some space for a snapdragon suplex. He got some kicks in on Eddie Kingston. Kingston caught him and did a side to suplex. They battled up top on the turnbuckle. Pac hit a superplex on Kingston. Uh, he followed it up with a basement drop kick, and then he did the Black Earth for the win. After the match, he put on the brutalizer submission hold on Eddie Kingston. It was a 9 minute and 35-second match. It was a good. After the match, they stared each other down. The factions, Kingston's group, and the Butcher and Blade, and the Lucha Bros. Um, Lance Archer come out and he ran off Kingston and his crew. Pac and Archer just kind of got up into his faces, just kind of was going. Archer was going and saying we need to get on the same page and just I don't know what the whole point of that was really, but um, yep. So I don't know if I guess they're trying to turn Lance Archer a babyface now. We'll see how that works out. A lot of people's been skeptical for his AEW run. Like I said, I like Lance Archer. I think he's good. I don't like the way they've used him in AEW so far. I think he's a bitch, could be used a lot better. They should have made him more dominant, and they should have had him win more, and not have him lose the fluke way he lost the crazy way he's lost. Similar to Brian Cage, which I'll talk about later on this review, who also had on a very good match with Darby Allin, was very good. Um, but a lot of people have not liked his Lance Archer run in AEW, and I agree, but I don't necessarily think it's because it's Lance Archer himself. I just think it's just the way he's been booked and used. Um, but that's the way AEW want to use their big men. To be honest, that's the way a lot of the big men get used today in wrestling anyway, myself, in my opinion. Um, if he was in WWE, he'd be, booked about the same way. I mean, WWE don't book their big men like they should either, in my opinion. So, we'll have to see what happens with that. Uh, Next match, we have Chuck Taylor versus Miro. There was a stipulation that Miro won. Chuck Taylor will be his butler until after Kip Penelope's wedding. This was a short match, but it was a good match. Chuck Taylor put up a good fight. Taylor connected with a double stomp on the apron. Miro looked good. He hit a Samoan drop. Uh, got some strikes and a suplex in on Chuck Taylor. Miro applied his camel clutch game over finisher. It was a short match. It was a good match. It was short, but it was a good match. Miro won 3 minutes, 27-second match with his camel clutch, called the game over. Um, so that was a short match. Uh, Orange Cassidy looked like he was just kind of defeated in the ring, just kind of down after Chuck Taylor got dragged basically out of the ring, back basically by Miro, dragged him by his hair. Yep. Cassidy just kind of stood there in the ring, looked like a lost puppy. Uh, yep. Uh, so after that match, Dash Gonzalez is backstage with Matt Hardy at Private Party. Private Party seems upbeat and happy uh, about Matt Hardy being their manager. Dash Gonzalez did a good job interviewing. As always, she looked beautiful. Gosh, she's so pretty. Uh, as you know, on a lot of this has been going on being the elite with Matt Hardy offering to be their manager and wanting 30%. Uh, Party not really being into it. Um, they basically said in this last night, on Dynamite that in this little segment with Matt Hardy and Dasha interviewing them, that they happy with Hardy being the manager, but they take issue with him wanting 30%, 30% clause in the contract. They get into an argument, and Hardy just kind of went off on him and told him off. Uh, Inner Circle come out. They're talking about their desires for this year. Jericho promised a huge year for the group. Hager wants titles, basically is what he said. He wants championships. NJF wanted to have more friendships in with the group. Ortiz wanted basically to perfect his grandma's cooking recipes. Jericho's resolution was that he'll win the AEW Tag Team titles with MJF. Santana cut him off and began to imply that Proud and Powerful are being overlooked. Sammy called Jericho a tag team slut. Thought that was pretty funny. Tim was playing until Jericho calmed everybody down. Jericho proposed the match for next week. Jericho and MJF versus Proud and Powerful, Sammy and Hagar. Jericho, one of them made a funny joke about the new name Sammy and Hagar being the Sammy Hagar Van Halen joke. Sammy Guevara didn't know who Sammy Hagar was. Uh, uh, obviously a singer, popular rock singer. So that was funny. When he made that little comment, I just thought it was a little funny. It was just a smart little. The winning tag team be the official tag team of the Inner Circle. Um, yes, it was just a funny little skit. Yes, it was goofy and stupid, but it was funny, Just those guys, just whenever they're on screen together, they just do a good job no matter what it is. Uh, they could be talking about taking a crap and it'd still be funny, in my opinion. So this was nothing special, but nothing, terrible. Just a nice little goofy, fun segment with the Inner Circle. Yep, so good. I just think this is just a way to build more tensions up and make more things, disrupt more things in the Inner Circle as a group. Eventually, the Inner Circle's going to break up. MJF's wanting to basically split up the whole group. That's basically what he's trying to do. Um, He's wanting MJF and Jericho to by the tag team basically split up the group and drive away between them. So I understand what they're doing with it. I liked it. It was served its purpose. It was what it was. Next, backstage, Alex Marvez with the Dark Order. Iba Uno says that next week Hangman will team with the Dark Order. They bring Hangman into the room. Winner wanted to know who let them know about his decision to join the Dark Order. And Hangman responded he will decide after the match next week. So there you have it. Next week after the match, Hangman will let you know if he's in the Dark Order or not. Feel like he will be. Um, Uh, so this would be a good kind of little shot in the arm of Dark Order needed, but he's unexpected passing. Dark Order has been teasing a lot on being the elite with Hangman Page, the Dark Order. So we'll have to see what happens. But I feel like he will join the Dark Order. We'll have to see. Next, we get Dasha Gonzalez interviewing again backstage with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Don Callis addressed it, letting the Young Bucks have their own entrance. Omega makes his own entrance first. Omega comes out. Then Cass introduced his partners as the Good Brothers. It was like a smoke. It was a bait and switch. So the Good Brothers come out, so it was cool to see them on Dynamite again. Um, so what led into the match, Kenny Omega and Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows versus Brian Pillman, Griff Garrison and Danny Limelight. Danny Limelight's wrestled a lot on Dark. He looked really good in this match. I thought Griff Garrison looked good. Pillman Jr. looked good. Pillman Jr. just every time I see him, it seems like he gets better and better. He just reminds me a lot of his old man, of his daddy, Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman Jr. is a super talented guy. I'll be glad when his MLW contract runs out so he can sign on to AEW full time. That's what he wants to do. He wants to be at AEW full time, but they're making him play out his contract. Yep. Um, but I thought Omega and Anderson looked good, and Gallows. Uh, Limelight count Omega with some quick offense. Uh, Luke Gallows hit him with a clothesline. Omega hit a face buster on Limelight. Um, Limelight did a really cool Hurricane Rana. Uh, Pillman hit a springboard shoulder tackle on Anderson. The Hollywood Blonde, which was what Pillman's tag team name is, they claimed Townsend with some double teaming. The action broke down. They was all kind of going at it for each other. Anderson connected with a mafia kick on Garrison for a near fall. Anderson hit a spine buster on Limelight, and the Good Brothers uh, both got in the ring and did the Magic Killer. They moved the Magic Killer for the win, like their double team that bugger move that they do for the win. So there you go. The winners of the match was Kenny Anderson, Kenny Omega, Carl Anderson, and Gallows. It was a 9-minute, 33-second match. And won with the Magic Killer on Danny Limelight. So it was a good match. I liked it. It was good seeing all of them on Dynamite. After the match, John Moxley come out to confront Omega and the Good Brothers. Moxley pretty much fell victim to the numbers game. They all beat up on him. The Lucha Brothers came out and made the save. Moxley and Omega continued balling until staff run out to separate them. The Young Bucks tried to calm down, but the Lucha Brothers attacked the Young Bucks. Mexican counts retreated as more staff rushed the ring. Uh, yeah, so I liked this whole match and segment. It was good. I liked it. Yep. So they're continuing to tease the more of the elite, the Good Brothers and Young Bucks and all with Omega and AEW. So that's cool. Um, yep. Very short and sweet, and I liked it. It was cool. Um, Next, we have the waiting room segment with Britt Baker. I really liked it. She's been doing this a lot on Dark lately, and it's been really funny. This had Cody in it. I liked how Reba's like her over the top assistant with over the top with the laugh, just so dumb but cheesy, but over the top, but annoying, but funny at the same time. It's meant to be funny and annoying, and it's meant to get on your nerves, and it serves its purpose. It does a good job. It's meant to be over the top. Uh, Reba welcomed everybody to the waiting room. Cody Rhodes, Britt Baker. Britt Baker took a shot at Cody, claiming that he's not as popular as the other dreads on the Go Big show. She pokes fun at his neck tattoo. Cody comes through the door. Before Cody could talk, Britt introduces the second special guest, it's Jake Cargill. Cargill says that Shaq and her are tired of waiting. Cargill wants an opponent, and Pie faces Cody. Uh, Red Velvet interrupts and exchanges slaps for Cargill. They start brawling. Next, they do cut to a video of Thunder Rosa. She announced her match against Britt Baker would take place at Beach Break on February 3rd. So there you go. We found out that it was delayed from the uh, this episode and the last week's episode, and now it's going to be at Beach Break. So I'm glad they're going to have that match, and looking forward to that match. Should be good. I liked this whole segment; it was good. I was glad they introduced Jade back in the storylines. Eventually, I feel like it must be it's probably going to be Jade. I mean, yes, Jade and Britt Baker against Red Velvet and Cody, maybe. Um, or Jade and Shaq against Red Velvet and Cody, maybe. So we'll see. We'll have to see if Shaq puts it back into the fold now or not. For Bernie being pregnant, seeing her recent baby picture, she looks beautiful. Um, yep. So this was a good segment. I liked it, and I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do with Jade next. I like her, just the way she looks and everything. She's a beast. Very muscular, tall, lanky, long legs. Has a really good, cool look to her. Um, I'm excited. I would love Thunder Rosa. I like Britt Baker, so I'm excited for that match at Beach Break. Yep, so we'll see how that goes. Uh, Next, we get FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler versus Jurassic Express. Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt. This was a good match. Marco's fired up. He's been going at it a lot on AW Dark lately with Brody Lee's son. So that's cool. Negative, negative in the Dark Order. Yep. Uh, Marco's fired up. Dak asserted his power advantage against him and lays in a series of strikes. Jurassic Express did some double team stuff. Marco took out FTR off a dive and Jungle Boy followed him with a moonsault. They do a commercial, back for commercial. FTR isolates Marco. He avoided a powerbomb from Dax and made the tag. Jungle Boy clinches with a series of strikes. Uh, he caught Dax with a backcracker and Hurricane rides him off of the middle rope. It looked really cool. Jungle Boy hit a brainbuster on Cash. It looked cool, but almost got rolled up by Dax. Dax leveled Marco with a lariat, but Marco responded with an ace crusher. Tully Buster took a shot at Marco on the floor. FTR hit the big rig on Marco's stump for the win. It was called the Shadow Machine in WWE NXT. Yep. Uh, so FTR hit their finisher on Marco. They now go by the Big Rig. Some have changed finishers and changed their name 2 or 3 times. Their names and finishers have been in AEW. But FTR got the win. 12-minute, 22-second match. They got the pin on Marco Stunt. FTR is your winner. So it was good to see FTR back on TV and then a match. Jurassic Express looked good. Marco looked good. Jungle Boy looked good. Good match. I liked it. Tully Blanchard, keep being his heel manager and, got involved in the match. It was a good match. I liked it. Um, Next match, we have the NWA Women's World Title match. Serena Deeb versus Tay Conti. I really enjoyed this match. Serena Deeb's been killing it in AEW. So glad to sign her. Tay Conti looked good. I thought this is the best match she's had in a long time and the best match she's had since she's been in AEW. I thought this was a very good women's match. To be an AEW women's match, I thought it was very good. Had one of the best AEW women's matches I've ever had. Especially on Dynamite, especially in all of AEW. As far as the women's matches go, I thought this was good. It was a very physical match. Um, Serena Deeb did a good job. Tay Conti did a good job. Conti showed off her judo background. They talked about the announcer several times. Conti applied an abdominal stretch, but Deeb arm dragged out of it. Conti trips up Deeb and locked in a heel hook. Deeb reversed to a side headlock. Conti then looked for a triangle choke, but Deeb avoided the hold. Conti Connect did a really cool bicycle kick. They went to a commercial. Back for commercial, Conti hit a nice stunner for a 2 count. Deep eventually hit her with a gut buster. She applied a gore special on the ropes. Conti connected with another bicycle kick. Deep ended with her detox finishing move to retain her title. So it was a good match. 9-minute, 18-second match. Serena Deeb won for her move, the detox. It looked good. It was a cool move. So it happened. Serena Deeb got the win and still the NWA champion, NWA Women's Champion. So good match. I liked it. Both women looked good. Good match. I liked it. Tay Conti's just so beautiful too. Not only can she wrestle, but she's beautiful in my opinion. Uh, all right. So now we have the main event. Um, the AEW TNT title match, Darby Allin versus Brian Cage. This is actually Darby Allin's first defense since winning the title. Uh, Matt starts off. Tad's also on commentary. Darby charges at the opening bell and lands a dive to the floor. It looked really cool. It looked really good. Cage caught him in midair on a second dive attempt and had a suplex on the floor that looked awesome. Um, in the ring, Cage connected with a lariat and military pressed Darby from the ring and actually threw him outside the ring and threw him through a ringside table, and that looked really cool. Darby was busted open. Uh, he's bleeding from the top of his forehead. Brian Cage drug him back to the ring and hit a German suplex. Cage rained on him down with punches, and he was in total control of Darby. Darby really took a beating in this match. Cage looked good, looked dominant at times. Head to commercial, bathroom commercial. Darby blocked the charge, but fell to a TKO. Cage hit a series of, I think it was more like a F5 than a TKO. Uh, Brian Cage hit a series of power bombs and then add the one more onto the ramp, powerbomb Darby out onto the ramp outside. It looked really good, looked nasty, like it really hurt. The referee considered stopping the match. Cage suplex Darby back to the ring. That was cool. I love when Cage does that. Darby kicked out of a cover at one. They battled on the apron. Darby knocked Cage off the apron and onto some ring steps that Cage had got out. And Darby followed that with the coffin drop off of the all the way to the outside onto the ring steps on the Cage, and he did hit it. Cage didn't move. I thought Cage would move, but Darby did hit it. Uh, Darby hit the coffin drop on Cage on the steps. Darby hit that wheelbarrow turn that he does. Used his belt and tied Cage's legs together. Darby hit the Code Red, which is the Canadian Destroyer, his version of the Canadian Destroyer, called the Code Red. Uh, he hit it as Cage was undoing his belt. Ricky Starch tries to get involved, crouches Darby on top rope. The lights went out. Sting appeared to fight off Starks. Hit him with the bats. His first time Sting's been physical at any point in AEW. Darby hit a crucifix bomb from the middle rope on Brian Cage, like a crucifix pin, and got the 1-2-3 on Cage, and that's how it went off. Taz went off fussing, so it was a really good match. I really liked it. It was a really good physical match. Darby really took a beating. Brian Cage looked awesome. Darby really wrestled hard and wrestled tough, and it was a really good match. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. Had some good spots. Darby got busted open at one time. A couple times I thought they was gonna stop the match because Darby really took a beating. Um, yep, so it was a good match. I liked it. Brian Cage really looked good, looked tough. Darby did a good job as champion, so it was a good first title defense for Darby. Really good match. I really liked it. This was a very good show. This show was very promo heavy and just very storyline talky heavy, and I liked it. I thought all the matches were good. I thought this was a really good show. I really liked it. I've given it a 7 out of 10, but it's a good show. I liked it. Uh, yep, so I really liked it. So good show. Uh, so like I said, AEW was very good, 7 out of 10. So this whole New Year's Bash themed 2 weeks have been really good for Dynamite. Just very good shows. Awesome. So there you go. That's all for AEW. Great show. All right. Now on to MLW Fusion. I thought this was a good episode. I was excited for this episode because we got to see the debut of Mil Mortes. Uh, Selena De Laurenta was the executive producer. She was running this show. She basically runs the show anyway. If you don't know who she is, she's an on-screen talent and on her personality, very beautiful. I like her. She's a beast. I like her. I think she does a good job on screen. And she not only does she look good, but she's a good talker and everything, promo and all that. So she makes things interesting. Um, First match, we had Low Key versus Bud Heavy. This was a very quick squash match since the match started. Low Key charged toward Bud Heavy with a heavy forearm, and he knocked him out basically. Uh, yep, so that was very quick. Uh, After the match, Low Key basically said he wants King Mo next, so that should be interesting. That'd be a good match. I'd like to see it. Uh, Leo Rush did a video package. Um, he's basically has a new music track playing and said he's the right man at the right place at the right time. So it was a good match. Good little promo by Leo Rush. Leo Rush is a good talker. Um, Now the announcers say that Conan was supposed to join them on commentary, but he's nowhere to be seen. Sabrina Derwinter made her way back to the commentary booth. Said she has an idea what Conan is. She was asked the producer to roll a clip she made earlier. It was a video package. Um, yep, so it was a video package about Conan. Uh, All right, next we have the debut of Mil Mortez in MLW with Soler Del Rente in his corner versus Brian Pimadrina. It was a good match. To not seen Mil Mortez on TV in a long time, he looked good. Still like he's out of shape, but he looks like he's going to be in shape. He got his signature flatliner for the win. He looked, big and dominated Brian Pimadrina, but Pimadrina looked good in defeat. Looked good as a job, and Brian Pimadrina is really talented. Um, Mil Mortis got a really good big clothesline that looked good on Brian Pillman. At the end, he hit his straight tail finisher, his leaping reverse STO flatliner for the win. Um, so there you go. Mil Mortis got the win over Brian Pillman Jr. in a quick match. Uh, Richard Hall, they did a video package said he would like to be taken seriously as the Caribbean heavyweight champion. He said he's helped elevate the championship, but it says that guys like Cyber Vega that are bringing him down. He called out Cyber Vega for a match and says he'll put the title on the line. Uh, they also announced next week that ACH will challenge Jacob Fatu for the MLW World Heavyweight Championship match. So that would be a good match. Fatu and ACH, if you those who don't know, ACH was Jordan Miles in NXT. He's the one that caused a big mess on social media and said he retired, but he's back wrestling. He's a good wrestler. He's a good wrestler. Yep. So we'll have to see. That should be a good match. But it should be a squash match. I think Fatu will end up killing him. Fatu will get the easy victory, and he'll remain undefeated and remain the MLW World Champion. If I had to guess, my opinion. Uh, Showing another video package again for Tom Lawler on his Filthy Iron. I don't know if that's a stable or a little talk show segment like a Piper's Pit he's going to have going on. So we'll see. That should be interesting. I like Tom Lawler. Um, Before the main event tonight, Rick, one of the announcers, asked Tom Lawler if he'll be an honest referee and call the match down the middle. Tom Lawler's the special guest referee tonight. Lawler acts offended by the question. Yep, so Lawler's a good promo. It was funny. Just fun the way he acts. He did a good job. Uh, Next, we get another video package. Alexander Hammerstone cuts a promo on Mads Kruger and informed that he accepts Mads Kruger's challenge. Kruger challenged him earlier tonight, and Hammerstone said he accepts. I'm looking forward to that match. It should be good. That match for the Njpw title. MLW did a rundown of the Pro Wrestling Illustrated MLW list again. All right, so now we got the main event, World Tag Team Championship match, Ross and Marshall Von Erich versus Delos Parks, L.A. Park and his son, with Tom Lawler as a special referee. Um, of course, it went like you thought it would. Delos Parks won the title. They beat the Von Erichs. Tom Lawler acted like he was going to call it in the middle at first, but then he did some slow counts, did some fast counts, acted like he wasn't paying attention, and like he was distracted and got some interference in. Um, so it was what you thought it was going to be. Uh, the Von Erichs veteran got in some offense. The LA Parks looked good. Uh, Von Erich eventually got a super kick in on held it on De La Park. He planted Hydro with a stunning Falcon arrow. Tom Fowler slowly made the count. Hydro kicked out at 2. Um, Basically, LA Park charged toward Marshall with a big spear in the center of the ring. Um, Another one, the LA Park Jr. come out from the ring to help his family gain the pinfall victory. So he also interfered. Another LA Park son interfered, and he helped the Parks beat the Los Parks, win the championships, and they're the new tag team champions in MLW. Yep, so there you go. So that's all of MLW Fury. Like I said, this was a good episode. I liked it. I'd give it maybe a 6 out of 10. It was a good episode. I liked it. So it's a good episode. I liked it. Yep. So another good MLW episode. All right, now to the New Year's Bash results. This actually happened the day after Wrestle Kingdom ended, so I was late watching it. Um, First match was Eugene Nata versus Gabriel Kidd. I've liked Gabriel Kidd. What I've seen him lately, he's part of the Young Lion camp in New Japan. Young Lion Dojo. He's got a lot of talent, very good. Um, and he's also a very good job and he's good at selling and everything. I love, big fan of Eugene Nata. I told you I got to see him wrestle a while back and at that NWA event I went to North Carolina. Had a very good match. It was Nagata versus Kojima. Um, so it was a good match. This was a good match. Um, Nada got the win. I want to say with an armbar, his signature armbar. Uh, Minoru Suzuki and Dooku was next. They beat Tiger Mask and uh, Yuji Uminora. Um, they had always said how Tiger Mask made a big comeback from diverticulitis. So it was good seeing him back. I like him. I liked Minoru Suzuki. I liked Uminora. So it was a good match. Suzuki looked mean and vicious as always. Just very aggressive in your face like he always is. He just really takes it to you. His chops and just the way he hits and just knocks crap out of you. He's just vicious. Yep. Uh, Next, we had Will Ospreay and Great O'Connor and Jeff Cobb. Be Priestley in their corner. Their faction. Their faction. And they defeated Hiroshi Tanzen, Satoshi Kojima, and Yoti Tatsu. And I saw Kojima against Nagata at that NWA match a while back, so it was good to see him again. Wrestled again in New Japan, and was a good match. I'm a big fan of Ospreay and Cobb. I love their new stable. Um, yeah, so it was a good match. I liked it. Uh, yep. So another victory for Ospreay and his group, his faction. Uh, Next, we had one of my favorite tag teams, Tamatonga and Tongaloa, Guerrillas of Destiny. Um, Teaming with Taji Ishimori, I like him too. And El Phantasmo, I like him too. With Jado in his corner. They went up against and beat Tai Chi, who is another one of my favorites. Zack Sabre Jr., I like him. I like El Desperado. Uh, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. So the Guerrillas of Destiny, Taiji Shimo and Tesma got to win. I like all them. And I like Tai Chi and Zack Sabre Jr. It was good to see all them wrestle in a match. And Tai Chi looked good and Sabre Jr. done good and Desperado. And just a good solid match. I liked it. Um, then we had Kazuchika Okada and Toru Yano, Hiroki Goto and Tomohiro Ishii and Yoshihashi. Um, and they won. I like a lot of these people in this match as well. I love Okada. I like Toriano. He's funny. It was good seeing Goto. I like Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone People alive. He's just so tough. Yoshihashi was good. So was Goto. Um, they beat Jay White of all people and Evil and Bad Luck Fale and Yuhiro Takahashi and Chase Owens. And also Geto and Dick Togo was out there in the corners. So there you have it. Jay White lost again. Uh, wow. Um, yep. So I was kind of surprised Jay White lost two matches in a row. That's kind of surprising. Um, yep. Uh, So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with Jay White, if it's a whole storyline, if he's really leaving New Japan. I don't think he's really leaving. I think it's just a storyline, but I'd like to see what they're gonna go with the angle. Um, all right, so the next match, we had the final match, Sonata, Tetsuya Naito, Shingo Takagi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Bushi. Um, big fan of Naito and Shingo Takagi. Uh, I like Hiromu as well, Takahashi as well. He's just so weird and different now that I like him. Uh, Not really a fan of Sonata, but he did all right in the match. He's just all right to me. He's okay. He's just kind of boring. He can wrestle, but he's kind of boring, like I've said before in my early reviews. Uh, and they defeated Kota Ibushi, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Rocky Romero, Sho, and Master Watu. So I like Sho, and love Kota Ibushi, and I love Hiroshi Tanahashi. They're two of my favorites, him and Ibushi. I like Rocky Romero. I like Sho. Um, Yeah, so I was surprised that Kota Ibushi lost and Tanahashi, but it was a good match. I liked it. So this was a good event. It was just all kind of jumbled together. A lot of them was just all part together. You know, um, a lot of mixed tags, double tag matches, and I liked it. Like a lot of joint tags. What I'm trying to say was you had so many people in one match instead of having them all in single matches. So I liked it. It was good seeing all these people on the card. So it was a good little event. I liked it. So it was a good time. I liked it. It was worth watching. Yep, so it was good. I liked it. Uh, so another good New Japan show. I'd give it a 6 out of 10, 6.5, maybe a 6.5 out of 10, just because of all them that talent on one card. 6.5 out of 10, and all them talents in one matches, couple matches. So I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. So it was good as well. So another good New Japan event. So this was another good week of wrestling. Um, AEW's killing it, still continue to kill it. It's going to be interesting to see how that match this weekend with Kenny Omega and the Bullet Club. Kenny Omega and guys and Anderson go get some machine guns. Um, so we'll see the Motor City Machine Guns. Yep. Uh, so AEW's killing as always. Ring of Honor's been really good. New Japan's been killing since they've been back. MLW's been killing since they come back. So I love wrestling right now, and AEW just killing it, and New Japan's killing it, and yep. All right, so that's where we're at. So that's all for this review. Hope you guys liked it. I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe. Happy wrestling. See you next time. Bye.